will be starting. People will come in. I know that they will come in later, or they will listen to the replay. But first of all, I want to say thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for listening in today. I'm so excited for this live. This is a new journey for us all. Life is so, I know in the beginning I would think that a live session is so intimidating, although now, you know, I'm just able to master being online in a live just strip all your security from you, because there's absolutely no room for mistakes. But I'm so thankful and grateful for this platform. I'm so grateful for for this ability to connect with people in such a way and to get information out to people by this medium. It is great. Just as a reminder, my name is Melvina, and I'm the founding director, or the founder of the Institute for Strengthening Her Abilities, ISHA. We have started this platform 2 years ago, and we are here with all the other amazing actors in the world to empower women, from what their rights are to how do they actually set those rights into play. And I love this platform because we talk about issues that are actually universal. Okay, our main audience are women and girl children, but I believe that the topics that we touch upon here is so important for every person. If you are an individual, if you are a human being, you can actually relate to the topics that we speak about here today. And today is no different. We are going to talk about an important topic. We have a guest here, Myra Dorf, and she will join us today mainly because of her message. Her message on authenticity is such a great message for every single individual, for them to just link them to their purpose, for them to just fulfill the purpose that they have in the earth. And I'm so extremely excited to invite this power woman to our platform today. She took this message actually, and she made something creative with this. If you hear something, that is my coffee machine cleaning itself. I'm so sorry about that. But she has taken this beautiful message of authenticity and she paired it with a creative a product, and I am so very excited to be rocking one of her pieces today. I own actually more than just one, because I am the girl, so I own more than just one of these amazing necklaces, and every other, you can see she's just a creative. Every other necklace looks different, and it's done so uniquely. And I'm wearing the one with the buttons today, and I'm so extremely inspired by this message, because I myself, we need this message. It's important in this world to take this message as one that will steer us. It's important. And we know at ISHA we have a program called the Values Program. That is one of the things that we like to talk about, because values are so important, and what you value is what you will spend your time in. And values become extremely important in times of crisis. Values become so important in time of decision making, when you are actually in the process of making a very life-changing decision. Values are important, and we teach women how to use the values that they have as a tool to navigate their decisions, to make their decisions, to stay on course, to stay on path. And I am so excited to welcome Myra Dorf. I am going to open her live, and so that we can have her come in, and she will do some great additions today. And I believe she will also introduce herself. So Myra, I am clicking view now. If all goes well, the screen will split. Hi guys,
Hi.
welcome. Oh, hi, there she is. There she is. How
Yeah.
are you doing? Looking beautiful as always.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing fine. Yeah, I'm just happy, and I feel so privileged to be online with you. I mean, yeah, to share actually what I've learned throughout the course of life.
Yeah.
And yeah, to connect with a woman such as you,
Thank you.
authentic woman.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Welcome, Myra. I'm also looking forward to today. Indeed, your message is one of, that I just think everyone can relate to. And that is the type of topics that always, I mean, those are the topics that always, speak to me. And what I believe,
Mhm.
whatever speaks to me will speak to an array of women today. So I
Yeah,
want to welcome you to this platform. I'm excited to have you. The thing
yeah,
about you is and let me tell the audience, I've known you for a couple of years, and I know that you are actually a woman that's always passionate about this topic that you're going to talk about. You
yeah,
talk, how do they say? You don't only talk the talk, but you walk the talk. That is what
yeah,
I like to say. You this is not a brand that is outside of Myra. This is Myra, and that's why
yeah,
I'm so happy to welcome you to this platform. I also know that you are genuine, you are real, you say it like it is. It's no two ways about what you stand for and what you stand
yeah,
about. And you know me, I'm all about that life. And this is
yeah,
this is why I'm privileged to share my this platform with you today. I think
yeah.
we're gonna leave refreshed. Everyone, even
I
those that
think
will
so
listen
too.
to the replay, they will leave with tools, because that is what you are able to
Yeah,
give to us, because you have gone through this journey yourself. And this
yeah,
is what makes
yeah,
it so very powerful. So, Myra, I just want to start
yeah.
out. We're going to do it some interview styling, and I know you have a lot to share with us today, and that's why I'm going to immediately start off with you just telling us who you are and how this brand, how you came to this brand. You can talk about, you can
Yeah.
say what the name of your brand is, but who are you, and how did you stumble upon this beautiful brand that you have created?
Well, my name is Mayra Dorf. I'm 40 years old. I'm married. I have a daughter and one baby coming up. And well, the brand is called Authentically You. And yeah, I've come from a very creative family. Let me explain that
Yeah.
as well. My family, my mom, my dad, my sister, they're so creative, cutting hair, painting, sewing, cook. My dad is a cook. So so I come from a creative family.
Yeah.
And what we have in our minds, we will gather the knowledge and the materials and we will execute it the way we have it in our minds. And so, yeah, I've been always very creative. And
Yeah.
my mom always would say to me, it's very important that you have a hobby. And I never really understood it. And, but okay, I'm a person like a friend of mine, she brought me to a leather workshop to make clutches, and I gathered a material. I was like, I'm gonna make a clutch at home. Another time, I was inspired by someone who made cover buttons like these,
Oh,
right?
wow. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I collected all those material, but I didn't really do something with it because I didn't have a concept yet.
Yes.
And so I have even more stuff at home that I haven't used yet. But I'm like, I just get inspired by colors, textures, things that shine and shimmer, you know.
Yes. Yes.
And all of a sudden, I wanted to wear a certain outfit, and I had been online and in stores to find something to fit with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, it was like, oh, I have leather and cover buttons. And yes, let me make a necklace. So in that one night, I had this vision. I
Wow.
executed it the way I wanted. And I wore it next day actually to church. And the response I received
Wow.
was like, what? Well, people were like, wow, where did you buy that?
Yeah.
I said, well, I didn't buy it. I made it.
Yeah.
What? They said. You know, I said, yeah, really? And are you going to sell these? And so I was like, sell these? Would you want to buy it? Yeah, definitely. Can I give you fabrics? Or, if I wanted to have it in a certain way, can you make it? And I thought, wow. So I was so astonished that
Amazing.
people even like what I created. So, and that's actually where it happened.
Oh, wow.
And even women that don't like to wear necklaces or like, because this is really a statement necklace, right?
Yes, you're right.
And it's not for every woman because some women just like small stuff, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But there are women who actually like to make a statement and to complete their wardrobe or dress
Wow.
with something that expresses
Stands
their
out. Yeah.
uniqueness,
Yeah.
And so, yeah,
That's
that's
how
how
it
it
started.
started.
Amazing. It's interesting what you said, and I had to think about me because, of course, like I said, I'm wearing Authentically You today, but I also have some of more of your products. And the thing is, I am that dainty girl. I'm that girl that likes daintier pieces.
Yeah.
But with you, and with your pieces, you allowed me to discover that I can actually, even when I think I'm so limited that I can only wear dainty because of a pre-notion, because I thought I can only wear dainty because these types don't fit with me. Your necklaces allowed me to see a part of myself that I actually like. I know I can also wear
Yeah.
statement necklaces and it
Mhm.
compliments me. So I just wanted to say that some women might like dainty because someone has said you don't, the statement don't work with you, and
Mhm.
also yeah, it also true, sometimes the statement just don't work, but sometimes
Mhm.
our pre-notions or the way we think of ourselves can put us in a limitation, and through your necklaces my limitation has been broken, and I wear these
Wow.
things, I wear it with so much pride. So I
Wow.
wanted to actually go into the second question, and I wanted
Yeah.
to ask you why Authentically You? Why the name of this brand? You already touched on keywords like it's unique, and I love that. And you
Yeah.
spoke about the fact that the creativity came out of you, so it empowered you, but it also empowers women while
Mhm.
wearing it. Why Authentically You?
Well, of course, when people responded to the necklace, I thought to myself, okay, wow, what kind of woman would wear this if I was to sell these things, right? And I thought, well, it should be a woman that dares to express herself in a unique way because, yeah, it might not be for every woman.
Yeah,
And then I thought, well, okay, that means that she has to know herself. She has a certain vision about herself, about life.
wow.
Um, what kind of clothing would she wear? An authentic
Yes.
woman. So I had to think about the concept of being an authentic woman.
Yeah.
And also, it questioned me because am I already authentic?
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So then I thought, wow, because when you find yourself,
Mm-hmm.
when you actually connect with your blueprint, because I
Mm-hmm.
believe every person on this earth comes with a blueprint and comes with a purpose and has a
Yeah.
set of tools, has a
Yeah.
character that fits that blueprint.
Yeah.
And so it's actually deeper than just an expression of a necklace.
Yeah.
But with this necklace, like you said, it's actually a very huge compliment. And it really touches me when you say, that through the necklace, I started to see myself and different, and I wear it with confidence. Well, to me, that's an aspect of being an authentic woman.
Mm.
And if that is what happens, then yes,
Yeah.
that inspires me.
Wow. Love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, authenticity is something so beautiful. It is something unique, like you are unique, I am unique. And when we communicate with one another, we can share our uniqueness.
Yeah.
And um, I find authentic people so attractive.
Oh, wow.
They're passionate, they're sure of who they are, and they're humble as well. They listen to other people, they see
Oh,
what their
wow.
qualities are. Um, and also they like to share what they've been through or help,
Amen.
because when you actually align with your blueprint
Mm.
and find out what your thinking is about, what your values are about, then when you connect with that blueprint, it's where you become one, where everything becomes one. Your feelings,
Wow.
your thinking, and from that blueprint, which is actually your identity, then authenticity will flow automatically. And yeah, that
Oh,
is the
wow.
greatest. That's a great power, actually, to
Yes.
influence people with positivity and yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
wow. So authenticity is actually vested in uniqueness. You being okay with your unique self. You know that even in your uniqueness, you have your journey, and we all are still becoming. But
yeah.
in that becoming journey, you stay true to who you are in order for you to just fulfill the purpose that all of us have. And I'm just curious, what was your journey? What was your authentic journey? Can you talk about that a little
Yeah,
bit more?
sure.
And how did it start for you? How are you becoming, or have you arrived there already? Or how would you define your own journey? Yes.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I come from a very creative family because I also believe, we were all raised in a certain family with a certain blessing and also with a certain
Curse.
curse.
You can say the word. It's okay.
Yeah. And the
It
thing
is what
is,
it is.
exactly. But in order to find your true self, it would actually be kind of ignorant not to look at your family. Because apart from the fact that my family is, for instance, very creative, they're also very social people.
Yeah.
My sister is a social worker. My mom works with elderly people. My
Mm.
father is a cook, and he will be at a lot of events where he's in connection with people. I'm a preschool teacher, so that's the blessing, right?
Yeah.
And it's also very important to look at, okay, what do we have as a family? So that's one thing. Of
Beautiful.
course, as you know, my mom is Dutch and my dad is Surinamese.
Yeah. Yeah.
So different cultures. So I had the best
Of both
of them
worlds.
both,
Yeah.
actually. And yeah, it's like growing up. Of course, you have to deal with things like, my parents got divorced, different cultures. Uh, um, yeah, the upbringing, the school you go to, the environment where you live has an influence on our authenticity and the values
Yeah.
of the society of, huh?
Yeah.
So that forms you, but then you have also the internal aspects. You have your character, you have your belief system, you have the way you communicate, the way you love yourself, the way you express your emotions, and especially, raising to be raised by a Suriname father in a certain way, it forms you.
Yeah.
I would see the difference. Like when I go to my grandmother in Rotterdam, the Suriname one, you will speak a certain way,
It's so
because
relatable.
otherwise you're very rude. But my Dutch grandmother, for instance, she would say, "Please call me je," which actually is a different form than
Yeah.
u in
Yeah.
Dutch,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
the respectful way. So yeah, you see the difference, but yet I was able to be me. And of course, then as you grow up, you have life experiences, And I must say, one big experience in my life as a child was the divorce of my parents,
Yeah.
because there where we were one, now we were apart.
Yeah.
My mom had to find a full-time job, so I was more, how do you say that? I had to, yeah, I
Walk
had to
between
grow up
houses.
quick.
Oh, oh,
Yeah,
oh,
go
I see.
between
Okay.
houses.
Yeah.
So that safety was gone. All of a sudden, I started to see myself apart from um, this family. I saw myself more as part of, well, as an individual.
Yeah.
And I started to see things differently. So that had influence on my being,
Yeah.
on my authenticity, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And as you grow up, you will meet people. I mean, to find your true identity, we need other people and to be in
True.
relationship with them, because they will confront you how they perceive you.
True.
They will confront you with on your behavior,
True.
and you get confronted with their behavior as well. And then your mind and your emotions will think on that, like, do I find this acceptable?
Yes.
Is this a person I would want to hang with, you
Yes.
know?
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, you started to make choices that are good for yourself.
Mhm.
And of course, life brings you a lot of, you know, how the triggers.
Yes.
And some triggers, they have a deeper entrance into our heart
Yeah.
and our thinking. And sometimes we, without even being really aware of it, we accept and adopt thoughts that are actually not accurate with the blueprint.
Yeah.
And like, for
Right.
instance, you started to think that you're dumb or not capable of, or, and you see other people thrive and
Yeah.
business is doing well,
Yeah.
and you're, you know, you get scared and you adapt it, and it becomes part of your thinking system. It becomes a stronghold,
Yes.
and it influences who you are.
Yes.
You're not
Right.
like that, you know?
You're right.
And what I find, well, like I said, I'm a preschool teacher. And what I find so beautiful is the process that, you know, I've been working with children for over 15 years now. And
Wow.
um, I've worked now with children from 2 to 4. And actually, those small children, they are so raw and they're so authentic. And their character shows really who they are. And I
Woo!
find that as small as they are capable to think like us. The
Mm.
only thing is, you know, sometimes we have to break down stuff for them because they don't have as much life experience.
Yeah.
But I find it so sometimes intriguing and sometimes putting me on my spot, like asking me
I
questions like, yeah, Ma, but why, you know?
The
And then
questions.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
I know.
yeah. And then I have to think to myself, oh, yeah, why do I do
Confrontational.
that?
Yeah.
It's confrontational, and children keep you, you know, they
Safe.
keep you in check. Yeah.
I just love I just love what you said. How do you about your journey? But one thing that also struck me, and I would like you to just elaborate more on that, is the fact that you talked about our experiences in life, and I also want to link that to our society and so many voices and so many
Yeah.
experiences that happens to us. But how do we stay grounded and put in a society with so many voices and with so many experiences in our life that is also
Mhm.
always coming to, I think, challenge our authenticity?
Yeah.
How do we keep sane? How do we keep rooted? How do we keep grounded in this value of
Mhm.
authenticity in a place or in a time where there's always something changing, where there's always another voice, where there's always another trend? Can you just
Mhm.
elaborate a little on that portion
Sure.
there, please?
Maybe I can give a example,
Yes, please.
and then maybe how I find how I can deal with it, and sometimes address past things, and then replace it with a new thought. So,
Mm-hmm.
for instance, you have father-daughter relationship, and that father is a bit autoritaire. How do you say that?
Yes.
Authoritarian or
Dominant.
something?
I don't know. Authoritarian. Yeah.
Dominant.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And he's familiar with just giving commands, in a positive note, if you can look at it positive. The girl will do her best to fulfill that command, right? And as she accomplishes it, she will be proud, and her
Yeah.
father will say, yes, But what happens if the child is not able to do it because she's made differently?
Yeah.
Then it could cause a thought like, I want to fulfill my dad's command because when I do that, he will accept it and he will be proud of me, but I can't, and I feel like a failure, and the dad will respond in a way like, no, I told you to this and this and this,
Yes. Yes.
And so it could happen that that thought becomes part of her life, and that will influence her in a negative way. And then as she grows up, she will be at her job, behind her computer, swamped with work, and her alpha male colleague comes to her and says, have you got the data that I need? So then she's in the past. You have the past and this present, and it will remind her of the command that she could not fulfill.
Yeah.
He can respond either like, I will get you the data when I'm ready, right? In a defense kind of way. Or she could be like, oh, I didn't fulfill my task in time, and now he cannot go further with his task, and I feel like a failure, right? So that is exactly the past and the future, where in the present, you must sometimes dissect what just happened right there.
Oh, wow.
And you actually have tools for that I use.
Wow.
In Dutch, I learned that somewhere. I didn't, made it myself, but I want to share that with you because in Dutch it is called the 4G schema. And the G, it stands for the Dutch word. It starts with a G all the time, but I will translate.
Okay.
The first thing is gebeurtenis, which means what happened actually. Like, when a video camera was taping it, what factually happened? Well, the colleague came up to the woman and asked if she had the data. She was behind her computer working. That's factual, right?
Wow.
Then you have gedachte, your thoughts, right? So what did she think when it happened? She thought, I'm not ready. She thought, how dare you? She thought, whatever that might be. Then comes gevoel, which means her feelings. What did she feel? She felt threatened. She felt like a failure. And then the fourth one is behavior, gedrag. Yeah. How did she behave? So this is exactly where, when you dissect it, because, the thing is this, sometimes our experience will cause something in our emotions and our thoughts, and it's like one big bubble, and you don't know how to go about it. So sometimes, I especially for the issues that lie deeper in our heart, it's very important sometimes to dissect it so that you understand, oh, these are my feelings, these are my thoughts, and then you can address the thought that says, I'm a failure, that says, I'm not good enough. And then you can look at those thoughts, and then you can think, well, how much of it is true?
Yeah. So
I read a lot of books as well. And there's one lady, she's a neuroscientist, and she talks about what thoughts actually do to us. It can either build or break you. Yes, we all know that.
Yeah.
But our brain is, in Dutch you call it plastisch. Our brain is designed to adopt negative thoughts or to adopt positive thoughts. And even though if our thinking pattern was negative, we are able to replace it with a positive thought.
What a
And our,
good idea. That's so good right
yeah,
there. We are able to replace it. I like that. You can
yeah,
continue. Sorry. I'm so
no, it's
excited about
okay.
that.
So, and actually, what our body does when we choose to adopt a positive thought instead of the toxic thought, our cells will immediately adapt to that new thing. And and if you want to make it a core thought, then we have to think about it even more. Think about the new
Wow.
thought.
It's all in
And
the thoughts.
yeah, we have to think about our thinking because if we don't, we keep on doing the same, right?
I really want to applaud you for putting that down so greatly. For those that have joined later, I think what resonated very well with me was the fact that you spoke about how important reflection is in our life, and I
Yeah.
believe in that thing that you went through the graph, and I'm going to ask you to write just a small piece about what you said, the 4G, 4G or 5G.
Yeah,
Uh,
for the, it's
but
a deep
I
thing.
want to actually put it on this on our page as well, because that is such a good place that I believe is important. Reflection is important. Introspection is so important for us to stay authentic in a society where so many things happen, where our lives are being influenced by so many happenings that can
Yeah,
either influence us for the better or for the worse.
yeah,
And what you said is so beautiful, because it allows us to kind of evaluate, what has happened, and does what will this experience tell me. It can
yeah.
tell me that, oh, I'm a failure, I didn't give the thing at time because of what my past looked like, I didn't give the
Mhm.
thing in time, and because my dad was this male colleague will also know. But you can actually triumph in that
Yeah,
same situation and find yourself in
yeah.
that process. And reflection, introspection is such an important aspect of that. I am
Mhm.
thinking of myself of our product at ISHA that we created, and in that product itself, the first step in that product or that method to stay rooted to your values is reflection.
Yeah,
is
yeah,
reflection and I believe
definitely.
that it should be done at a periodic stage. I believe that if we reflect enough, we take time out to reflect, to look at ourselves and draw the line in this aspect. Am I authentic still? Am I acting in my authenticity, or
Mhm.
am I allowing this situation to steer me? It will give way to something great. It will give way to a birthed and a strong person all over again. And I love also what
Yeah.
you said about the fact that the brain is able to adapt.
Mhm.
I love that. I love
Yeah,
how you explain the fact that the when you introduce a new way that is better for you, you can always restart, you can always refresh, you can always start
definitely.
over again. And
We
I
can
just
start today.
love,
Yeah.
I think that is such a beautiful message already that you have set down today, and I'm so grateful about that. I also like really hear how you say it is a mindset, it's a thought process, and I
Yeah.
love that. But I want to ask you to just give us a main idea concerning authenticity as we are going into a close. What is
Mhm.
what tools can you give in closing to our audience when it comes to this value of authenticity, to keep close to it, just your main ideas? And then I would love
Mhm.
you to, after that, do something special that I know you have
Mhm.
prepared for us. But in
Yeah.
closing, what
Mhm.
is the main thought that you want to leave us with today, that we can run with, that we
Mhm.
can use to impact our life so that we can stay authentically us?
Well, like we just talked talked about is actually, yeah, revisiting your thoughts. When you experience that, hey, something is not right, just be conscious about why you react a certain way and what new thought can be replaced with a toxic thought. Stay open to other people around you because you are designed for not only your family or
Mm.
your new friends or even acquaintances. No, it's the plan God has with you because yeah, I love God.
Amen. Me too, sister. Me too.
um, you know, just I would say stay true to what you believe in. Stay true what works for you. You know, you will change because as you address these situations in your life and you conquer, you know, there goes, it's like somebody blows wind on your blueprint and all the sand goes away. And when you discover, you actually get to see who you are, why you made, and your thoughts and your emotions will be aligned with that. And when that comes together as one, you know, that it is so powerful and satisfying, and you will never be shaken what circumstances
Yeah.
will come, you
Yeah.
will remain the same person.
Yeah.
And circumstances will come
Yeah.
and they will trigger you,
Yeah.
but you get to make a choice how to respond
Mm.
to them. And so stay open for other people because, like I said, we are a different combination than me and someone else on the
Yeah.
street.
Yep.
Try to be open and see, hey, your story. Try to see through bad
Yep.
behavior. Try to
Yep.
and forgive. If people offend you, yeah, or people hurt you in the past, or sometimes you yourself make wrong decisions, take time to forgive yourself and put how do you say it, a period behind it and move on. We don't have
Yes.
to revisit those bad decisions or the father that actually loves you but doesn't know really how to parent, you know,
Yes.
forgive the man or forgive yourself, move on. It's very
That's
important not to dwell there.
yeah.
Otherwise, that newness cannot develop,
That
you know?
newness don't have a place to come in. I love what you said because that
Yeah.
newness don't have a place to develop. Those that newness don't get a place if you don't move on and you make space. And you make space by leaving the past and moving forward. And I
Yeah.
love that. I love that sunshine. I love that
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
clean slate, the possibility of moving forward, not reverting but continuing forward. And you said it so well. Before you go and give us this beautiful thing that you have prepared, just give me and our audience a beautiful insight into we can find you, where we can find you inspirational messages, and where we can find these beautiful products, so that
Yeah.
everybody's aware and people can follow you, and your brand can do what it so amazingly does already.
Thank you so much. Well, you can buy these products at my website. The thing is this, you asked me for this, right?
Yeah.
To go live. And the week before, I actually finished my new website.
Oh wow.
I was like, wow, it's
Amazing.
called, yeah, it's called Authentically You dot NL. So www.authenticallyyou.nl. I'm still filling it with more content, but yeah, that's where
Yeah.
you can find the products.
Yeah.
And I would really like to thank you because, yeah, talking about something that you're so passionate about, it releases so much joy.
Yeah. I
Uh,
can
and
tell.
and
I can tell.
yeah, and I also have the desire, and that is what I also have with the children. You know, I will protect their authenticity,
Yes.
and I will use their
Yeah.
authenticity to be themselves. And when I see people really being authentic, that's the greatest joy for me. I'm telling
Wow.
you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's your passion, and I believe that
Yeah.
you have been created with this amazing message that's gonna change people's lives. And I want to say thank you for coming. I also
Thank
want
you.
to say thank you so much for your message. I believe in it. Like I say, you have helped me to see a different part of myself just by creating this beautiful necklace. And I think we will have you back another time to speak from the aspect of just to fuse your two passions together, which is children and the message of authenticity. And I think you will be able to speak to the girl children, which is also one of the aims of ISHA. So we will definitely have you back. But
Nice.
I want you to end with this beautiful
Yeah.
writing piece because Myra is also a writer, and just bless us and uplift us and send us on our way on our beautiful weekend,
Yeah.
so that we can be empowered and we can just stay true to who we are. So the floor is yours.
This poem is called Authentic Woman. And as I was reading over it, I was like, I should write about an authentic man as well. But this is for an authentic
Yes,
woman.
yes.
Authentic woman, how lovely are you, standing in your strength. Not one judgment cleaves unto you, no additions and no horns and no bells, but free, free to choose, free to think, free to build, free to love and to be loved, free to find bit by bit every fragment that belongs to you. Authentic woman, you speak without saying a word,
Oh, wow.
so engagingly. When you walk into a room, it runs full with you, and you arouse interest without seeking. How lovely are you? So very conscious of yourself. Your charm keeps on waving from you, and it touches another authentic woman. Her original state intrigues you, and a deep respect arises listening to her story, her strength, and experience. It encourages to keep on moving in that journey called Blueprint, a journey to discover your authentically you.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Myra. That was amazing.
You're
I love
welcome.
your writings. Please keep it coming. I just
Yes,
want to say thank you so much for joining us today. I
thank
am
you. It was awesome.
absolutely encouraged. I'm absolutely empowered. I believe also the audience is, and we will share these broadcasts with our other people. Please be free to just share it as well. Thank you for your time, Myra. You can find
Thank you too.
Myra on Instagram, Myra Dorf. You can also find her page, authenticallyyou.nl, on Instagram. I think also on Facebook. What is your handle on Facebook?
Also, authenticallyyou.nl and at Myra Dorf
Yes,
as
yes.
well.
And
Yeah.
Myra is available. Please get in contact
Yeah.
with her for your events. And if you resonate with this message, I think it's a good message. I think we all need it. She's
Yeah.
able to
If you
speak
want
on
to
this
talk.
message. It's a
Yeah.
passion. You see, she's passionate about it. It's not something that is outside of who she is, and she has a journey. So thank you, Myra. Thank you, all our followers,
Thank
everybody that is
you.
tuned in. We are so happy that you could give your time today. We bless you with a great weekend. I pray that your weekend will be blessed, and you will just chew on everything that Myra said today, in order for you to remain the authentically you person.
Yes.
Yeah? Have a good Friday. Have a good weekend.
Okay.
Till next time. Bye.
Bye.